Hey YouTubers. So I'm trying this thing out. I'm writing this fictional autobiography. It's called Through the Open Window. I figured I'd read the first couple chapters of the book to you guys to see what you guys thought of it, and maybe I could get some feedback, and well, maybe I can make it better or something like that. Anyways, I hope you guys like it. Please comment. This is the intro to the book that I made. It's in first person, so it's meant to be directly related. I always wondered what it was about the snowflakes during a flurry that enchants me. Sometimes, when my mind decides to wander, as I'm sitting around and watching nondescript objects, I wonder about these most peculiar things that make up my personality. All those different patterns, materializing in a sequence that seems so random, yet at the same time you can see an organized hand behind the beauty. Each flake is different, and yet each one is perfect. Sometimes, with all the distractions that surround us, and all the wonders that mill before our eyes like a constant twirling kaleidoscope, we misinterpret the clashing sets as disorganization. Yet, as I sit there, holding my coffee or tea, and contemplate the snowflakes, I realize how potent and organized and deliberate a force Mother Nature is. This thought has given me much comfort over the later years of my life, and kept my sanity intact during the earlier years. The small snowflake is what often inspired my search for perfection. In what way is a snowflake not perfect? The equal design, never faltering or differing from one part of the snowflake to the next, exact to the last molecule of frozen water. No matter how refined a shade of white a lab can produce, I will always consider the white of the snowflake as the purest and, albeit, the holiest shade of white that exists. There is elegance behind the snowflake as well. How it so gracefully and delicately floats through the air and lands softly upon another, slowly making a blanket on the ground of the most beautiful fabric that the world has to offer. I always figured that the reason why I felt most at home having Christmas in North America is because of the snow. In each snowflake, I saw the spirit of an angel. It was that image that made me strive so much to be too perfect. Within the perfection of the snowflakes, I saw angels who would not want to be an angel, who would not want to strive for that ultimate criteria of inner and outer beauty, who would not want to be accepted as much like an angel would be accepted amongst their brethren. That is the word that defines most of my life: acceptance. I strove and continue to strive every day to be accepted, to be perfect in everyone's eyes. I wanted to help everyone, be important to anyone, be prized among all others, because that acceptance and the ability to help so many people through my perfection made me feel good. How could it not? I was so lost back then. And yet, through the urge to become the angelic, I always invoke the romantically termed darker side of myself. It will never cease to amaze me how much people are scared, averse, and yet at the same time intrigued by the occult. Magical happenings, soul-revealing experiences. How could one not be attracted to something that has so many possibilities if you just choose to believe in it? In a world where scientific vouchsafe is a green light to believe in something, the paranormal and spiritual practices and beliefs of the ages have never had a more skeptic audience, especially within the developed first world countries. My life has always been a constant struggle between human rationality and paranormal irrationality, eventually surrendering myself to the sentimental. I began to call myself an emotional spiritualist. I now believe that anyone who chooses to take that stance in life will have one of the most fruitful, but also one of the most turbulent times in their history. that's the introduction. The first chapter will be on the next video.